Hi folks, I'm going to do a video today all about this Ibanez RBM10. Excuse me. A guitar you cannot get anymore, a guitar that we discontinued in 1995, and a guitar that took me many years to actually find one in the used market. So to both of you watching this, thank you. Or anybody else who looked up Red Beach Ibanez RBM, because word has it, even back in the day, he didn't really play these either. Well, he never played this model, but his own Japanese made one, he really didn't play. He played the Sewer that he still does a lot. Anyway, this was made in Korea, and I do love my Korean made guitars. I find their quality is excellent. I did a whole video about the premiums, the standards, the prestige, and some Korean as well, because I do have quite a few of these. Not this one, I've only one RBM. Anyway, I'll go through this for anybody that's interested. It's an all-out real rock guitar. It's straight out the 80s really, although this was made only for 1 year in 1995. So you're almost the tail end of the grunge era, and Ibanez were still trying to punt these. However, that was the last throes of the RBM. And this cedar one, the natural wood, in this model was only out for that 1 year, and that was it, 1995. Anyway, I love this thing. It's got a Ibanez TRS2 trim, which is not classed as one of the better ones, but to be honest, I've never had a problem with the tuning stability of this. It's absolutely rock solid. So yeah, people slate them. I'll only slate it when it fails, and it's certainly not done that yet. Anyway, the thing that's unusual about these, as you may notice, is there is no wood here. It's not a V, it's just a chunk taken out. And it gives it a bit of a distinct look. It's something a little bit different. And even back when these were launched, I used to see Red Beach with big hair on the back of Guitarist magazine, and he'd have one of these kind of up like this. And they just looked a bit different. They were something unusual. So that attracted me to this. Anyway, it doesn't actually allow you to pull the Floyd Rose, the Ibanez trim, any further back, because it's still got wood directly under the trim. So that's no different. It's cosmetic. It allows easy access for the jack socket. I will say that. That's a great bit for it. And it's also excellent mid-solo to jam your leg under and whittle away. Okay, back to the real world. Good grief, I'm 48, I'm hardly whittling away like that. Okay, this thing has got quite an unusual pickup selection. The Japanese version was all EMG active. However, this uses Ibanez's own humbucker, their own version of a Hot Rails humbucker, and their own version of a Hot Rails humbucker. So it's a 3 humbucker guitar. And I'm never that fond of the Indonesian made pickups from Ibanez, but for some reason I always quite liked these Korean ones. They always had a good tonal character. So one volume control, no tone, and some nice cordage. So a standard big round humbucker. There's a little tiny micro switch there that does allow me to coil split the bridge humbucker, and that turns that single coil. Nice and twangy. Not sure why that was a thing, but they did that. Second position, the bridge and middle humbucker together. And I can thin that out, of course, because I can split the bridge humbucker. And the tones you're hearing actually are from this Laney cabinet running into the Bugera, which is up there, Bugera 333XL, and I've got, when I want it, a Boss SE50 in the loop. The Boss SE50 is 30-year-old, it's older than this thing. Anyway, middle position. Again, nothing offensive, just a nice middle position humbucker. It's probably, I prefer it to a middle position single coil, to be honest, but that's me. Position 4 is your normal Stratty kind of, but it's not Stratty because you're actually just using two humbuckers. However, it does have a really nice tone to this. And the neck, as you would expect, really big and rolling, but not super bass heavy like a full humbucker. So they're all well balanced, they all work really nicely, and as a rock sound, I really like the neck humbucker, which I'm in now, for that kind of lead work, because it's not so bass heavy. It's not like having a full Seymour Duncan Jazz or something in the neck, which I do love. But this still retains a kind of single coil voicing, but obviously a lot hotter and no hum. I've no boosts on, I'm just using the crunch channel of the amp, so there's nothing making it super hairy. It's a rock guitar, so I thought I would stay within the realms of that sort of voicing. Right, the neck, which is probably the more unusual thing about this. 22 fret, okay, there's some Ibanez with 22 frets, not a big deal. And this model has got the most amazing upper fret access. In fact, you're beyond the upper fret access. The cutaway in this is exceptionally good. As you see, it's a four bolt neck. This neck shape, as soon as I seen the newer Ibanez AZ series, I recognised that they've stole that from this. But the upper access to the frets is so nice. But the actual width of this is much narrower than your standard Wizard or Wizard 2 or Wizard 3 neck. I'm not sure about the original Wizard. And the profile is actually closer, I feel, to the gem neck, which again is slightly different than the Wizard 2s and 3s. This is narrower here, and it stays narrow. It doesn't flare out too much. It's a much more compact, almost a strat width neck, so you can play much more thumb over, and it's a very shallow C. It's not as pronounced as a Strat or my EVH or my Kramer. However, it's still got more of a curve on it than the Wizard 2s and 3s. I quite like the Wizard 2 for some reason, but it is wider. And also, which is very unusual for this, not for this, but for Ibanez, is it doesn't use medium jumbo frets. This just uses mediums. So when you're bending, you do feel a bit more wood behind your fingers. It's got a little bit more resistance there, but it's nothing to be ever concerned about. It just feels an incredibly nice neck. It's very, very slim. I would say it's slimmer ways than a Wizard 2 or 3. So it's slimmer and it's narrower, which does make this an incredibly fast neck to play. Effortless. And the headstock is also a little bit smaller than most Ibanez. The tuning pegs are a fraction closer together. It's a minor detail, but it makes the guitar look quite a tidy, compact instrument. It's a one-piece maple neck. There's it's not one piece, there's a scarf joint. They lied. But the actual neck here is, it's not a multi-laminate layered. It's one piece, scarf joint, another piece. And it's got the dreaded screw holes through there. So if you're looking for these, always be aware that that's a kind of weak spot in the guitar. This has been great, but you never know. Always check there. The body in this is cedar. It's not koa or a mahogany. This is a cedar, again, a bit unusual. And apart from that, the only thing I would really mention is I do wish the strap position was either a little bit further towards the point or on the end, because it does suffer from a little bit of, it's not neck dive, it's kind of just neck drifting. Just kind of lowers down a bit. It doesn't particularly dive. And if you've got a slightly grippier strap, then it's never going to be a problem. I'm using the, as you see, the DiMarzio clip lock straps, which I really use on all my guitars because they never come off. And apart from that, that's the only thing. Something different. You know, if you're on the market for an Ibanez second hand, and you don't really, you've seen a million RGs, you've seen JSs, you've seen gems, and you want something a bit different, have a look for an RBM. It is different. In all my 30 plus years of playing guitars, I have never ever seen anyone else other than Red Beach and myself, locally anyway, playing one of these. Any place I've ever been to see a band, be it a big band, name band, or cover band, or the support act, whatever else, no one has ever had one of these, or obviously the genuine Japanese version. So if you do find one, you're going to be one of a very, very select few, I think. But these all came with a full rigid hard case, a really good case. And that's about all I can say about this. Can't get them. I'm not parting with this ever. This is my baby. Anyway, I thought to some of you it might be interesting. So thank you very much, and I'll have something for you again very, very soon. please like and subscribe. My subscriptions have gone up quite a whack. I'm up to about 230. So a few more would be more than welcome. And I'll have some more videos soon because, hey, Christmas is coming. And you never know, I might get something. I don't know. But thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.